There is a very specific hunger that wakes you up in the middle of the night, and it has nothing to do with food. It is the craving to be looked at by someone who doesn't flinch. You have spent your entire life dimming your lights so you don't blind the people around you. You have learned to hold back your intensity, to soften your words, and to pretend that you don't see the secrets people are desperately trying to hide. But when it comes to love, that mask becomes suffocating. You have held hands that felt like dead weight. You have sat across dinner tables listening to small talk about the weather or the news, feeling your soul slowly withering away because you are desperate to talk about life, death, obsession, and the things that truly matter. You are tired of being told you are too intense, too jealous, or too complicated. The truth is, you are not too much. They are just not enough. You are searching for a collision, not just a connection. You need a partner who can swim in the deep end without drowning. Someone who sees your darkness not as a red flag, but as a cave where they can finally rest. Most signs in the zodiac will simply shatter under the pressure of your love. They will crack like cheap glass the moment you show them your true face. But there are a select few who are built from stronger material. There are souls out there designed specifically to handle the fire you carry. I am Madame Tina. For over 20 years, I have been the confidant to the brokenhearted and the hopeful. I have analyzed thousands of astrological charts, tracing the lines of destiny that bring two people together. I have seen the devastation of mismatched souls, and I have witnessed the breathtaking power of true cosmic alignment. I have watched strong Scorpios crumble because they gave their hearts to people who treated them like a temporary adventure. I am here to stop that cycle. You don't need another lesson in heartbreak. You need to know who is capable of standing beside you when the world catches fire. Most people get relationship advice that is painfully superficial. They tell you to look for someone who shares your hobbies or likes the same movies. That is child's play. When you possess the energy of the Scorpion, you don't need a hiking buddy. You need a spiritual anchor. You possess a radioactive emotional core that transforms everything it touches. If you pair that with the wrong energy, it results in a nuclear meltdown. But if you pair it with the right energy, it creates a dynasty. We are going to walk through the 4 signs that have the spiritual stamina to be your soulmate. These are not just casual dates. These are the signs that have the capacity to meet you at your level, to look you in the eye when you are at your worst, and to say, I am not going anywhere. We are counting down to the absolute number 1 match, the sign that was practically engineered by the heavens to complete you. The frustration you feel right now, that loneliness that persists even when you are in a relationship, is a signal. It is your intuition telling you that you have been settling for crumbs when you were born to feast. The way you love is rare. It is all-consuming, protective, and fiercely loyal. It is a tragedy to pour that kind of expensive wine into a paper cup. You need to stop trying to force square pegs into round holes and start recognizing the energy that naturally harmonizes with yours. The signs we are about to discuss are not perfect people, but their flaws dance perfectly with your demons. They understand the language of silence you speak so fluently. They don't need you to explain why you are moody. They just hand you a cup of tea and sit in the dark with you until the sun comes up. This is about finding the person who makes you feel like you can finally take off the armor you have been wearing since you were a child. Let's start our countdown with number 4, a sign that brings something to the table that you secretly respect more than anything else: power and competence. We are talking about Capricorn. You might think an earth sign would be too dry or too rigid for a water sign like you, but that is a misunderstanding of how energy works. You despise weakness. There is nothing that turns you off faster than someone who needs to be constantly babysitted or someone who lacks ambition. Capricorn is the mountain goat, climbing steadily toward the top, regardless of the weather. When you look at a Capricorn, you see a fellow soldier. You see someone who understands that life is difficult and that survival requires strategy. The connection here is often described as a power couple. You provide the emotional intuition and the ability to read people's hidden motives, while Capricorn provides the structure, the plan, and the material security. It is a partnership built on mutual respect. You don't have to worry about a Capricorn crumbling when things get tough. They are built to endure, just like you. When you go through your dark moods, Capricorn doesn't try to fix you with toxic positivity. They simply stand guard at the door and make sure the bills are paid and the castle is secure while you fight your internal battles. It is a grounding energy that allows your water to flow without flooding the house. Moving on to number 3, we shift from the solid earth to the mystical waters of Pisces. If Capricorn is your partner in business and war, Pisces is your partner in spirit and dreams. This connection is almost telepathic. Have you ever looked at someone and realized they knew exactly what you were thinking before you said a word? That is the Pisces experience. Because you are both water signs, there is no need for translation. You both exist in the realm of feelings, intuition, and the unseen. Pisces offers you a softness that you often deny yourself. You are naturally guarded, prone to paranoia, and always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Pisces disarms you with unconditional acceptance. They swim in the same deep, murky waters that you do, but while you bring intensity and focus, they bring imagination and forgiveness. They are the only sign that might be able to outlove you. When you are wounded, a Pisces will instinctively know how to soothe your spirit. They don't judge your darker thoughts because they have their own vivid internal world. However, this relationship isn't just about soft moments. It works because Pisces allows you to take the lead without feeling dominated. You like to have control, not because you are a tyrant, but because you want to ensure safety. Pisces is fluid and adaptable. They are happy to let you steer the ship as long as you cherish them. The danger here is that you can both get lost in a sea of emotion, drowning in a shared fantasy world. But for a Scorpio who is tired of having to explain their feelings to logic-obsessed people, Pisces feels like coming home to a warm bath. It is a sanctuary where your intuition is validated, not questioned. They worship the ground you walk on, and in return, you give them the protection they desperately need from the harshness of the world. Before we reveal the top 2 contenders, I want you to take a brief moment to check in with yourself. If you are feeling a pull in your chest, if you are recognizing patterns from your own life in these descriptions, that is your spirit waking up to its own needs. We are building a community here of people who are done with superficial horoscopes and are ready for the raw truth. If you want to keep digging deeper into the mysteries of your own soul, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We don't just talk about stars here. We talk about how to survive and thrive on this planet. Now we are getting closer to the ultimate match. The next sign on this list is one that might surprise you because they can be quite critical, but their devotion is absolute. They offer a service of love that creates a container for your chaos. They are the ones who notice the details you think nobody sees. Number 2 on our list of soulmates is the observant and devoted Virgo. This combination is often underestimated, but structurally, it is one of the strongest bonds in the zodiac. Think about what happens when you mix earth and water. You get clay. You get a substance that can be molded into something beautiful and lasting. Virgo brings order to your emotional chaos. You are a sign that experiences extreme highs and extreme lows. You live in a constant state of transformation, dying and being reborn 1,000 times in one lifetime. That process is exhausting. Virgo is the steady hand that holds you while you are shaking. They are not intimidated by your complexity. In fact, they are fascinated by it. Virgo is the investigator of the zodiac, constantly analyzing and trying to understand how things work. You are the ultimate mystery. To a Virgo, you are a puzzle they want to spend the rest of their lives solving. What makes this dynamic so powerful is the concept of service. Virgo shows love through action, not just flowery poetry. While you are worrying about loyalty and betrayal, Virgo is quietly fixing the leak in your roof, organizing your finances, and making sure you took your vitamins. It might sound unromantic to some, but to a Scorpio who is plagued by anxiety and mistrust, this practical reliability is the greatest aphrodisiac in the world. You never have to question where a Virgo stands. They are precise and honest. If they have a problem, they will tell you. If they are committed to you, they are committed 100%. This soothes your legendary jealousy. You don't have to play detective with a Virgo because their life is an open book of routines and dedication. Furthermore, Virgo has a healing touch. You carry old wounds, grudges, and traumas that you hide from the world. Virgo has a natural instinct to heal and improve things. When you expose your scars to a Virgo, they don't look away in horror. They look at the scar and say, "I have an ointment for that," or "Here is how we can make sure this doesn't hurt anymore." They ground you in the present moment. When your mind is spinning out of control, plotting revenge or worrying about the future, Virgo brings you back to the here and now. They remind you to eat, to sleep, to breathe. It is a relationship of mutual improvement. You teach Virgo how to feel deeply and how to embrace their passion, and they teach you how to function in the real world without burning out. There is also a shared privacy between you two. Neither Scorpio nor Virgo likes to air their dirty laundry in public. You both value discretion. You can build a private world, a fortress just for the two of you, where the rules of the outside world don't apply. In a world that is obsessed with oversharing, finding someone who values privacy as much as you do is a rare gift. This creates a bond of trust that is nearly unbreakable. You know your secrets are safe with them, and they know you will kill to protect them. It is a quiet, simmering intensity that lasts for decades. But now we must talk about the number one spot. The sign that takes the crown is the one that mirrors your soul in a way that is almost terrifying. This is the connection that is written in the stars as the ultimate union of water. It is the alpha and the omega of emotional bonding. When these two signs meet, the rest of the world fades into the background. It is a love that is fierce, maternal, protective, and eternal. We have arrived at number one. The absolute perfect soulmate for a Scorpio is Cancer. This is the cardinal water sign, the ancient energy of the Great Mother and the protector of the home. When Scorpio and Cancer come together, it is not just a relationship, it is a merger of souls. You are two creatures with hard outer shells protecting soft, vulnerable interiors. The crab has its shell, and the scorpion has its exoskeleton. For the first time in your life, you meet someone who understands exactly why you are so defensive. You don't have to explain your walls to a Cancer because they built their own walls for the exact same reason, to protect a heart that feels everything too deeply. Cancer is the only sign that can handle the full weight of your emotional spectrum. When you are in a dark mood, Cancer doesn't try to cheer you up with empty platitudes. Instead, they cook you a warm meal, wrap a blanket around you, and hold you. They offer a nurturing energy that you have been starving for since you were a child. You spend so much energy protecting others, being the rock for everyone else. Who protects the protector? Cancer does. They create a sanctuary, a physical home that feels like a womb where you can retreat from the harshness of the world. In this space, you are allowed to be weak. You are allowed to cry. You are allowed to take off the warrior mask. The bond here is strengthened by a mutual desire for permanence. Neither of you is interested in casual flings. You both date with the intention of merging lives. When a Cancer loves, they love for life. They hold on tight, with a grip just as strong as yours. Your possessiveness, which scares away air signs and fire signs, makes a Cancer feel safe and wanted. They interpret your jealousy as a sign that you care, and in return, their clinginess soothes your fear of abandonment. It is a symbiotic loop of reassurance. You are the fierce protector who will destroy anyone who hurts your family, and Cancer is the nurturer who keeps the family emotionally alive. The intuition between you two is frighteningly accurate. You can communicate across a crowded room with a single glance. You know when the other is hurt, even if they are smiling. There is a ride-or-die quality to this match that is unmatched in the Zodiac. If the world turned against you, the Cancer partner would be standing right there beside you, handing you ammunition. They are fiercely loyal to their tribe. The sexual chemistry is also profound because it is rooted in emotional trust. It is not just physical, it is a spiritual commingling. You feel safe enough to lose control, which is the rarest thing for a Scorpio. Of course, no relationship is without its storms. Because you are both water signs, the emotional climate can get stormy. You can spiral into moodiness together. But because you are cut from the same cloth, you also know how to navigate those storms better than anyone else. You know that the rain eventually stops. You forgive each other because you see yourself in the other person. Finding a soulmate is not about finding someone perfect. It is about finding the person whose jagged edges fit perfectly into your own. It is about finding the hand that fits in yours, even when your palms are sweating. Whether it is the ambitious Capricorn, the mystical Pisces, the devoted Virgo, or the nurturing Cancer, your perfect match is out there. They are waiting for someone with your depth, your passion, and your loyalty. Don't settle for a colorless love. You were born for the epic romance, the kind that they write books about. I want to hear from you now. Have you ever been with one of these signs? Did a Cancer break your heart? Or did a Capricorn save your life? The comment section below is our sacred space to share these victories and scars. Your story might be the exact thing someone else needs to read today to not give up on love. Share your truth with us. And if you are ready to understand why some people seem to get everything they want while others struggle, you need to watch the video that is appearing on your screen right now. It is the missing key you have been looking for. Click it and I will see you there.